In the primordial void, Malatros, the ancient god of chaos, stirs. A being of pure, untamed energy, Malatros yearns for creation. With a surge of power, Malatros births 7 sisters, each imbued with a facet of the chaotic god's essence: fire, water, earth, mist, light, shadow, and life. The 7 sisters, empowered by Malatros' chaotic essence, shape the formless void. They forge the heavens, sculpt the mountains, carve the valleys, and fill the world with vibrant life. The eldest sister, Lyra, wields the power of fire, shaping the sun and igniting the stars. Amidst the nascent world, the sisters sense a growing darkness. Whispers of ambition and discord rise from the void, threatening the delicate balance they've established. The sisters fear Malatros' influence, fearing that their creation will fall prey to his chaotic whims. Lyra, fueled by her fiery power, seizes control of the sun, its radiance bathing the new world in warmth and light. But as she basks in the power she wields, a shadow of fear creeps over her. The world, still young and fragile, is susceptible to the chaos that births her. To protect her creation, Lyra seeks a place of pure energy, a nexus where she can anchor her power and ward off the encroaching darkness. She chooses a towering mountain, its peak piercing the heavens. The mountain becomes a beacon, doctoring energy from the sun and radiating it throughout the world. The sisters, sensing Lyra's resolve, gather at the foot of the mountain. They pledge their strength and wisdom to protect their creation, for they know the darkness is a constant threat. The story shifts from the chaotic birth of the world to a new chapter: the struggle for survival in a world brimming with potential and danger. Lyra, fueled by her fiery power, seizes control of the sun, its radiance bathing the new world in warmth and light. But as she basks in the power she wields, a shadow of fear creeps over her. The world, still young and fragile, is susceptible to the chaos that births her. To protect her creation, Lyra seeks a place of pure energy, a nexus where she can anchor her power and ward off the encroaching darkness. She chooses a towering mountain, its peak piercing the heavens. The mountain becomes a beacon, doctoring energy from the sun and radiating it throughout the world. The sisters, sensing Lyra's resolve, gather at the foot of the mountain. They pledge their strength and wisdom to protect their creation, for they know the darkness is a constant threat. The story shifts from the chaotic birth of the world to a new chapter: the struggle for survival in a world brimming with potential and danger. A new realm, a vast ocean teeming with life, beckons the sisters, a world of mystery and beauty. The sisters, doctored on by the allure of the vast ocean, journey to its shores. They are captivated by the vibrant coral reefs, the teeming schools of fish, and the playful dolphins leaping from the waves. But the ocean also holds an unsettling mystery, an ancient power slumbering in its depths. Lyra, sensing the vast potential of the ocean, decides to explore its depths. She dives into the cold, dark waters, her fiery essence a beacon in the abyss. As she descends deeper, the pressure increases and the water grows colder, but Lyra pushes on, driven by thirst for knowledge. Suddenly, a colossal leviathan emerges from the darkness. Its scales shimmer with an ethereal light, and its eyes glow with an ancient wisdom. This creature, the Ocean Lord, is a being of immense power, a guardian of the ocean's secrets. The balance of power shifts dramatically, for the Ocean Lord represents a force greater than the sisters have ever encountered. Malatros, the god of chaos, watches the sisters of creation with a mixture of amusement and disdain. He sees the fragile balance they have established, a delicate dance between order and chaos. He knows that this balance is fleeting, a mere spark in the vastness of his chaotic domain. Malatros senses a weakness in the sisters' creation, the Ocean Lord. This powerful being, a force of nature untainted by the sisters' influence, is ripe for manipulation. Malatros whispers promises of power and dominion, urging the Ocean Lord to break free from the sisters' control. The Ocean Lord, tempted by the promise of absolute power, turns against the sisters. He unleashes his fury upon the ocean, summoning storms and tsunamis, wreaking havoc upon the world the sisters have created. The sisters are shocked and horrified, their creation crumbling under the assault of their own creation. Malatros, reveling in the chaos he has unleashed, watches as the sisters struggle to maintain their fragile creation. He knows that their resolve will eventually falter, their hope will dwindle. He relishes the prospect of their ultimate downfall. The sisters, overwhelmed by the onslaught of the Ocean Lord's power, are forced to retreat to their mountain sanctuary. They seek solace and strength in the sacred energy that flows from the mountain's peak, hoping to find a way to restore balance to the world. As the sisters huddle together, a faint light emanates from the mountain's heart, a powerful artifact, a crystal that absorbs the energy of the mountain, rises from the earth. The sisters recognize this artifact as the source of their power, a beacon of order that can potentially counter the chaos unleashed by the Ocean Lord. The crystal of order, pulsing with vibrant energy, hums in Lyra's hand. She feels its pulse surge through her veins, a potent force that could potentially restore balance to the world. But the sisters know this power comes at a cost. To wield the crystal, one must sacrifice a part of themselves, surrendering a piece of their essence to the artifact. Lyra, driven by a desperate desire to save her creation, steps forward. She places her hand on the crystal, its energy swirling around her, threatening to consume her. The sisters watch with trepidation, knowing the risks, the potential for loss. As the crystal's power flows into Lyra, she screams in agony. Her body, unable to withstand the influx of energy, begins to crack and crumble. Her eyes, once filled with hope, now burn with the intense energy of the crystal, her fiery essence fading. The sisters watch as Lyra sacrifices her life force to restore balance, her essence consumed by the crystal of order. Malatros laughs, a chilling sound that echoes through the crumbling world. He revels in the sisters' loss, their dwindling power. He sees the crystal of order, now imbued with Lyra's essence, as a prize to be claimed, a source of power to be exploited. The sisters, shattered by Lyra's sacrifice, gather the remnants of their power and retreat to the astral plane, a realm of pure energy and ethereal light. It is a place beyond the reach of Malatros' influence, a refuge where they can regroup and strategize. The sisters, seeking a way to restore the balance of the world and reclaim their lost creation, turn their gaze toward a distant land. The plane of Doctrine. This world is shrouded in mystery, a realm where reality is malleable, where the boundaries between Doctrine and reality blur. They hope to find a way to tap into the power of Doctrines, to mend the fractured world. The ocean realm, a vast expanse of swirling currents and coral castles, welcomes the sisters with an unnerving silence. The once vibrant and teeming sea is narrowly quiet, devoid of life. Only the whispers of the tides echo through the empty caverns. The Ocean Lord, ensnared by Malatros' promises of power, watches the sisters from his throne of coral. He sees the crystal of order pulsating with Lyra's sacrifice, and desires it for his own. He plans to use his power to reshape the ocean realm, to become the ultimate ruler of the sea. But as the sisters step closer, the Ocean Lord's gaze falls upon one of them, Celeste. A flicker of recognition crosses his eyes. He remembers her from a past life, a time before the sisters of creation, and he remembers the betrayal, the act that ripped their bond asunder. Celeste, once his beloved, now stands as his enemy, a barrier to his dominion. Celeste, driven by guilt that gnaws at her soul, decides to betray the sisters and join the Ocean Lord, offering him the power of the crystal of order in exchange for a chance to redeem herself. The seven sisters, now reduced to six, stand stunned by Celeste's betrayal. Their unity, their bond, shattered by the insidious whispers of Malatros, the power of the crystal of order, now tainted by Celeste's betrayal, feels heavy in their hands. As the sisters grapple with their loss and uncertainty of their future, a new presence appears, a being of pure energy, a being of light and shadow, emerges from the depths of the ocean realm. This being, known as the Doctrine, whispers promises of power and knowledge, offering to guide them in their quest to restore balance. The Doctrine, with eyes that shimmer like galaxies and a voice that echoes through the very fabric of reality, reveals a shocking truth. Malatros, the mastermind behind the chaos, is not the ultimate enemy. A force even more powerful, a being from beyond the veil of existence, is manipulating events, pulling strings to orchestrate the destruction of the world. This force, known only as the Architect, seeks to reshape reality in its own image, a vision of absolute order devoid of free will. This new revelation changes the stakes of the game. The sisters, now faced with an even greater threat, must choose sides. Will they fight for the Doctrine's vision of a balanced world, or submit to the Architect's order? Malatros, sensing the shift in power, watches with a mixture of amusement and fear. He sees the sisters' despair, their growing suspicion of his motives, and knows that he must act quickly to retain control. He must convince them that he is an ally, a force for good, not the puppet master they suspect. Malatros, in a daring move, reveals his own treachery. He confesses to being a pawn in the architect's grand scheme, manipulated by the unseen force to sow chaos and weaken the sisters. He claims to have been tricked, used as a tool for destruction. He offers to help them fight the architect, to turn his power against his former master. The sisters, shocked by this revelation, struggle to believe Malatros' sincerity. The weight of his past actions, the destruction he has wrought, hangs heavy in these two. Yet, there is a glimmer of hope in his eyes, a spark of genuine remorse. The sisters, desperate for an ally, agree to trust Malatros, but only with a watchful lie. The architect, a being of pure, unyielding will, watches the unfolding doctrine with detached amusement. The sisters, the doctrine, Malatros, all pawns in its grand scheme. It sees their struggles, their alliances, their betrayals, as mere ripples in the vast ocean of its plan. It knows that their efforts are futile, that their defiance is ultimately meaningless. The architect, a force beyond comprehension, manifests itself within the heart of the ocean realm, a colossal sphere of pure energy. It pulsates with an intensity that threatens to shatter the very fabric of reality. The sisters, drawn to its power, sense its overwhelming presence. As the sisters approach the sphere of energy, they are greeted by a figure of radiant light, a being of immense power and wisdom. This figure, known as the guardian, speaks to them, offering them a choice. They can align themselves with the architect, accepting its order, or they can fight for their freedom, their right to choose their own destinies. The guardian reveals a hidden truth, a secret that could shatter the architect's control, a key to unlocking the true potential of the universe. This revelation changes everything. The sisters, once united in their fight against chaos, now find themselves facing a new dilemma. Will they fight for a future of endless order, or will they embrace the chaos of free will? The seven sisters, now facing the ultimate choice, are torn between the alluring promise of order and the terrifying chaos of freedom. They are faced with a decision that will shape the fate of the world. Will they choose the architect's vision of a perfectly ordered universe, or will they fight for the right to choose their own destinies? Laret, the eldest sister, the one who carries the weight of their lineage, is the first to make a decision. She sees the truth in the guardian's words, the potential for a universe filled with beauty and wonder, a universe where choice and free will are celebrated, not suppressed. She chooses freedom. As Laret declares her choice, a wave of energy surges from the architect's sphere, a wave of pure, unyielding power. Malatros, caught in the wave's path, is overwhelmed by the raw energy. He struggles against the force, but it is too much. Malatros, the master of illusion, the manipulator of destinies, is consumed by the architect's power, his life extinguished in a burst of light. The architect, unmoved by Malatros' demise, watches the sisters with cold indifference. It sees their defiance, their choice to embrace chaos, as a mere distraction, a minor inconvenience in its grand scheme. It knows that their efforts are futile, that their rebellion is doomed to fail. The architect, with a flick of its unyielding will, shifts the very fabric of reality. The sisters find themselves transported to a desolate wasteland, a barren landscape devoid of life, a world sculpted by the architect's perfect order. The landscape is only beautiful, an endless expanse of white sand dunes stretching as far as the eye can see, bathed in the cold, sterile light of a single, giant sun. The sisters stand in the center of this barren wasteland, their hearts heavy with the loss of Malatros, their minds reeling from the architect's power. The guardian, their only source of hope, whispers words of encouragement, urging them to continue the fight. He tells them that they are not alone, that there are others who fight against the architect's tyranny, others who yearn for a world of free will and choice. The sisters, inspired by the guardian's words, must now find a way to survive in this desolate wasteland, a way to fight back against the architect's perfect order. Crystal of Order, a being of pure energy, watches the sisters struggle in the barren wasteland. She is a fragment of the architect, a shard of its consciousness. Infused with its will, she exists to enforce the architect's perfect order, to crush any rebellion against his rule. Crystal of Order, seeing the sisters as defiance, approaches them. She appears as a beautiful woman, her form shifting and shimmering with pure light, her voice a melodious whisper. She offers them a choice: surrender to the architect's order and embrace the perfect peace it offers, or face the consequences of their defiance. She tempts them with visions of a world free from pain and suffering, a world where every decision is made with flawless precision. But one of the sisters, Sarah, the youngest and most fiery, sees through Crystal of Order's deception. She sees the emptiness in her eyes, the coldness in her heart. She understands that Crystal of Order is nothing more than a tool of the architect, a puppet controlled by its will. Sarah, rejecting Crystal of Order's offer, chooses to fight for her own destiny, for a world where choice and free will are not mere illusions. Zara's decision shocks the others. She declares that she will join the architect, and that she will do everything in her power to ensure its victory. The sisters, devastated by Zara's betrayal, are now facing a new enemy, one they thought they could trust. Crystal of Order, pleased with Zara's defection, now has a new ally in her quest to enforce the architect's perfect order. She senses a shift in the balance of power, a new advantage in the struggle against the sisters. She knows that Zara's cunning and ambition will be a valuable asset, a weapon she can wield against the rebels. The sisters, reeling from Zara's betrayal, are now more determined than ever to defeat their architect. They know that they are outnumbered, outmatched, but they refuse to give up hope. They remember Malatrus's words, his warnings about the architect's true nature, and they are more determined than ever to fight for their freedom. But just as the sisters are about to regroup and strategize, a new presence arises. He is a figure cloaked in darkness, a being of pure chaos, a being who embodies the very essence of rebellion. He calls himself the Shadow, and he is here to join the sisters in their fight against the architect. His arrival throws the battle into disarray, shifting the balance of power once more. Will the sisters embrace this new ally, or will they fear the chaos he brings? Sad, no loyal servant of the architect, watches as the Shadow arrives. She senses the darkness in him, a power that rivals even the architect's. She understands that this new force could tip the scales of the battle, and she must ensure that the architect is prepared. Sarah, with her newfound access to the architect's knowledge and power, begins to weave a plan. She knows that the Shadow is a wild card, a chaotic force that could be either a powerful ally or a devastating enemy. She decides to manipulate him, to turn his power against the sisters. Meanwhile, the Shadow, shrouded in darkness, observes the sisters. He senses their desperation, their fear, and their unwavering determination. He sees in them a spark of rebellion, a flame that he can ignite into a raging inferno. The Shadow, fueled by his own chaotic nature, decides to offer the sisters a deal. He promises to help them defeat the architect, to unleash chaos upon the world, but in return, they must pledge their loyalty to him. Malatrus, though seemingly vanquished, lingers in the echoes of the world. His essence, bound to the fabric of reality, is not truly gone. He watches, with a mixture of sorrow and hope, as the sisters grapple with their new enemies. He sees Sarah's betrayals, understands the depths of her despair, and feels a pang of sympathy for the young woman. The sisters, reeling from the Shadow's offer, are torn. They understand the danger of aligning themselves with such a chaotic force, yet they are desperate for any advantage against the architect. They are struggling to decide, unsure if they can trust this enigmatic figure. And then, a voice whispers in their minds. It is Malatrus, calling to them from beyond the veil. He speaks of a hidden truth, of a secret he kept from them, a truth that could change everything. He reveals that he has been watching them all along, that he has been working from the shadows, and that he has a plan to defeat the architect. But the sisters soon discover that Malatrus is not the hero they believed him to be. He reveals that he has been working with Sarah all along, manipulating her betrayal to further his own agenda. The sisters, betrayed by the very being they thought was their savior, are left to face an even greater threat. The six sisters, shaken to their core by Malatrus's betrayal, find themselves in a precarious position. They are now facing two powerful adversaries: the architect, whose influence is growing, and the Shadow, whose motives are shrouded in mystery. Their hope for a peaceful future seems to be slipping away, replaced by a growing sense of doubt. The sisters, despite the setbacks, refuse to give up. They know that they must find a way to defeat the architect and the Shadow, to reclaim their freedom and their destiny. They search for a weapon, a tool powerful enough to turn the tide against their enemies. They stumble upon a hidden chamber, shrouded in ancient magic, where a forgotten relic lies dormant. It is a sword, its hilt shimmering with an ethereal glow, its blade forged from the very fabric of creation. The sisters understand this is the weapon they need. It is the key of creation, a powerful artifact capable of defying the architect's control and shaping the world anew. The sisters, empowered by their newfound weapon, are ready to face their enemies once more. The seven sisters, now empowered by the key of creation, stand ready to face their enemies. The sword hums with energy, a palpable force that resonates with their collective will. They feel a surge of hope, a renewed determination to reclaim their freedom and fight for their future. They prepare for an epic clash against the architect and the shadow, a battle that will decide the fate of the world. But just as the sisters are about to launch their assault, a new player enters the game. A figure emerges from the shadows, cloaked in light, radiating a power that dwarfs even the shadows. This newcomer is an ancient being, a guardian of balance. Known as the Harmony, arrives not to fight alongside the sisters, but to mediate, to bring a sense of order to the chaos that has enveloped the world. The sisters are confused, questioning the newcomer's intentions. They are unsure whether to trust this enigmatic figure, especially considering their recent betrayal by Malatros. The Harmony, aware of their doubts, speaks of a greater threat, a force beyond their comprehension, a power that could destroy everything they have fought for. The Harmony reveals that the architect and the shadow are but pawns in a larger game, and that the sisters must unite with him to face this new danger. The key of creation vibrates with the newfound energy, resonating with the Harmony's presence. The sisters feel the power of the ancient blade surging through their veins, amplifying their senses, and granting them a glimpse of a hidden truth. The sword whispers tales of ancient battles, of forgotten heroes, and of a destiny woven into the fabric of the world. The sisters realize they cannot defeat the architect and the shadow without understanding the true nature of the threat the Harmony spoke of. They must venture into a forgotten realm, a hidden dimension where the threads of destiny are woven. The key of creation, guided by the Harmony's presence, opens a portal, leading them to a place beyond their wildest imagination. They find themselves in a realm of vibrant energy, a swirling vortex of colors and emotions. This is the nexus, the heart of creation, where all realities converge. The sisters, overwhelmed by the sheer power of the nexus, understand that they are on the cusp of something extraordinary, a journey that will determine not only their fate, but the fate of the world. They must delve deeper into the nexus, seeking knowledge and power to face the unknown threat that looms over them. The plane of Doctriums, a vast and ethereal landscape, unfolds before the sisters. The theatre shimmers with colours, each hue representing a different Doctrium, a different possibility. The key of creation hums in their hands, guiding them through the swelling vortex of subconscious energy. The sisters, however, are not alone. The shadow has followed them into this realm, drawn by the power of the key and the potential it holds for his dark agenda. A fierce battle ensues, the sisters wielding the key of creation against the shadow's dark magic. The clash between light and darkness reverberates across the plane of Doctriums, shaking its very foundation. The sisters, though skilled and powerful, are outnumbered and outmatched. In a moment of desperation, Zara steps forward, shielding her sisters from a devastating attack, taking the full force of the shadow's dark magic upon herself. The energy of darkness consumes her, leaving behind only a faint echo of her spirit. Zara, the sister who had betrayed them, sacrificed herself to save her family, leaving the remaining sisters heartbroken, but emboldened by her act of selfless courage. The remaining sisters are devastated by Zara's sacrifice. Their grief is compounded by the realization that their victory in the plane of Doctriums came at a great cost. Malatros, having witnessed the sisters' struggle against the shadow, feels a wave of guilt wash over him. He realizes that he has betrayed the very people who have given him purpose. He vows to right his wrongs and make amends. The sisters, however, are distrustful of Malatros, wary of his past betrayal. They hold on to their grief and fear that his intentions are not as pure as he claims. However, Malatros' actions are not solely driven by guilt. He has discovered that the architect has a plan far more sinister than they have imagined. Malatros sees an opportunity to use his knowledge of the architect's plans to help the sisters, to ensure that Zara's sacrifice was not in vain. As the sisters regroup and prepare to continue the journey, they are unaware of Malatros' true intentions. While he outwardly appears to be helping them, his inner turmoil grows, forcing him to make a decision that will alter the course of their destiny. He seeks to expose the architect's treachery, but he knows that he must do so secretly, without revealing his true allegiance. His loyalty, it seems, is now to the sisters, but his methods remain shrouded in secrecy. The sisters, guided by Malatros, arrive at the ocean realm. It is a realm of swirling currents and shimmering coral, a breathtaking yet dangerous place. The water itself is alive, pulsating with ancient magic and teeming with creatures of both beauty and terror. The sisters are welcomed by the Mavik, who offer them a place of sanctuary, a respite from their perilous journey. However, they know that they cannot linger, that their quest to stop the architect's plans is far from over. The sisters learn that the ocean realm is a nexus of power, a place where the boundaries between the physical and spiritual realms are thin. The Hominid, sensing the need, guides them to an ancient shrine, where they discover a powerful relic, the heart of the ocean. The heart pulsates with the energy of the realm, a beacon of hope in the face of the darkness that threatens to consume the world. But as they reach out to touch the heart, a shadow emerges from the depths. The shadow, sensing the sisters' proximity to the heart, unleashes a wave of dark energy, seeking to claim its power for his own. The sisters are caught off guard, their defense is overwhelmed by the sudden attack. In the chaos, Elara, the youngest sister, steps forward, sacrificing herself to protect her sisters from the onslaught of darkness. The heart, drained of its power, fades into the depths of the ocean, leaving behind a profound sense of loss and a renewed determination to fight on. The sisters are heartbroken by Elara's sacrifice. They are overwhelmed with grief, questioning their ability to continue their quest. Malatros, witnessing their despair, steps forward, offering them solace and support. He assures them that Elara's sacrifice was not in vain, that her spirit lives on in the heart of the ocean, guiding them towards their ultimate goal. As the sisters grieve, the guardian emerges from the shadows. He is a being of pure light, a protector of the ocean realm, and a powerful ally in their fight against the shadow. The guardian reveals the truth about Elara's sacrifice. He explains that Elara's spirit has merged with the heart of the ocean, becoming one with the very essence of the realm. The sisters, however, are filled with anger and disbelief. They question the guardian's intentions, suspecting him of orchestrating Elara's demise to gain their trust. The guardian, sensing the doubt, reveals the true nature of the shadow. He tells them that the shadow is a corrupted being, a fragment of the architect's power, seeking to consume all life and reshape the world in his own image. The guardian reveals that the architect's power is too great for them to defeat alone. He urges them to join him in a final stand against the shadow, a battle that will decide the fate of the world. The sisters are conflicted. They are hesitant to trust the guardian, but they also realize the imminent threat posed by the shadow. They are tired of losing loved ones, but they know they cannot afford to be indecisive. Malatros, who has been subtly guiding them toward the guardian's alliance, steps forward, declaring his support. He has seen the shadow's true nature, its corrupting influence, and understands that the only way to defeat it is to join forces with the guardian. The sisters, however, are still wary. They feel a deep-seated suspicion toward Malatros, unsure of his motivations. The sisters decide to trust Malatros, hoping that he will remain true to their cause. They join forces with the guardian, vowing to fight the shadow and avenge Elara's sacrifice. But as they prepare for the final battle, a shocking revelation unfolds. Malatros, standing beside the sisters, reveals his true allegiance. He is a servant of the shadow. He has been manipulating them from the beginning, using their grief and their desperation to bring them to this point, to deliver them into the hands of their enemy. The sisters are stunned, their trust shattered by this betrayal, a betrayal so deep it cuts to their core. They are forced to confront the enemy within their ranks. Malatros' betrayal is a devastating blow to the sisters. The guardian, however, remains calm, his power radiating with unwavering resolve. He knew of Malatros' true allegiance, having seen the corruption that had seeped into Malatros' soul. He warns the sisters to be wary of Malatros' power, a power infused with the dark magic of the shadow. The sisters, consumed by anger and grief, unleash a wave of magic, their combined power rivaling the darkness of the shadow. Malatros, standing between them, is caught in the crossfire. He is wounded, but not defeated. He uses his corrupted magic to deflect the sisters' attacks, shielding himself from their fury. The guardian, seeing the danger, steps forward, placing himself between Malatros and the sisters. He shields them with his own light, deflecting the dark energy that Malatros unleashes. Malatros, sensing his opportunity, unleashes a final, desperate attack, aiming his corrupted energy directly at the guardian. The guardian is caught off guard. The force of Malatro's attack overwhelming his defenses. He falls, his life fading, his life force doctrined by the darkness. The sisters, horrified, witness the death of their protector, their last hope fading with his demise. The sisters are devastated by the loss of the guardian. He was a beacon of hope in the face of unimaginable darkness, a protector who stood between them and the encroaching shadow. His death is a crushing blow, a testament to the growing power of their enemy. As they mourn their fallen ally, the sisters realize that their quest for vengeance must continue. They must find a way to defeat the shadow, to honor the sacrifice of the guardian, and to avenge the lives lost to the architect's darkness. The sisters, driven by grief and determination, venture deeper into the heart of the shadow's territory. They journey through a land of twisted landscapes, haunted by the echoes of corrupted souls. The air is thick with despair, the very ground beneath their feet pulsating with the darkness of the shadow. As they press onward, they encounter a relic of ancient power, a sword crafted from the purest light. It is a weapon forged by the first guardians, a weapon imbued with the power to banish darkness. The sisters recognize the sword's potential, understanding that it may be the key to their victory. The sisters, sensing the artifact's power, know that it is the only weapon capable of defeating the shadow. It is a weapon forged from the purest light, a testament to the ancient protector's unwavering commitment to safeguarding the world from the encroaching darkness. They must learn to wield its power, to channel its energy into a weapon capable of banishing the darkness that threatens to consume everything. The sisters, emboldened by their newfound power, push deeper into the heart of the shadow's domain. They are driven by the memory of the guardian and the unwavering determination to vanquish the darkness that threatens to consume all. Their journey is fraught with peril, every step fraught with the risk of encountering the shadow's insidious minions. The earth hums with dark energy, the land itself a testament to the architect's encroaching power. The sisters, however, are not alone. Ella's spirit, bound to the heart of the ocean, whispers guidance, urging them forward. The sisters, guided by Ella's spirit, reach a hidden chamber deep within the heart of the shadow's domain. They are met by a figure clad in shadows, a creature of darkness who reveals his allegiance to the architect. The sisters, ready to fight, brace themselves for the final confrontation. But as the creature approaches, they realize that the figure is not an enemy but a friend. The sisters recognize the figure as their comrade, a trusted ally, a familiar face they believe to have been lost long ago. The sisters are shocked, their trust betrayed once again. This time, however, it is not the result of deceit, but of the shadow's insidious influence. The sisters are heartbroken, forced to fight against a friend, a comrade whose heart has been corrupted by the darkness that they fight against. They understand the power of the shadow, its ability to twist even the strongest souls, and the monumental task before them, to save their friend from the darkness that claims him. Lara, driven by a burning desire for revenge, relentlessly pursues the architect. Her journey is fraught with danger, each step a gamble against the overwhelming power of the shadow. She has seen the devastation wrought by the architect, witnessed the destruction of her home, and the loss of loved ones, and her resolve is unshakable. Lyra is fueled by a fiery determination to eradicate the darkness that threatens to consume the world, to bring justice to those who have suffered under the architect's reign. As Lyra journeys through the shadow's domain, she encounters a figure cloaked in darkness, a warrior of immense power who stands against the architect. Lyra, seeing a potential ally in her fight against the darkness, reaches out to the figure, hoping to forge a bond against their common enemy. But the figure reveals the shocking truth: they are not an ally, but an agent of the architect, a traitor who has betrayed the light and embraced the darkness. Lyra, stunned by this revelation, is forced to confront the treachery within their ranks. Lyra, confronted with the treachery of her supposed ally, is left to grapple with the weight of betrayal. The architect's influence reaches far and wide, corrupting even those who seem to oppose them. Lyra's journey takes an unexpected turn, as she must now face not only the darkness of the architect but also the insidious corruption of betrayal. She faces a formidable foe, but her resolve remains unwavering. She must press forward, seeking to vanquish the darkness and bring justice to those who have been wronged. The seven sisters, united in their shared grief, prepare for the final confrontation with the architect. Their hearts are heavy with the loss of their guardian, but they are fueled by the burning desire to avenge his sacrifice. They have travelled through treacherous landscapes, faced untold horrors, unendured betrayals that have shaken their resolve, but they stand together, bound by a shared purpose, a commitment to vanquish the darkness that threatens to consume all. The Seven Sisters, armed with their newly acquired powers, launch a daring assault against the Architect's stronghold. They battle through legions of corrupted creatures, each victory a testament to their unwavering spirit. But the Architect is a formidable foe, a master of manipulation and darkness. He unleashes his most powerful attack, a wave of pure darkness that engulfs the sisters. They struggle to hold their ground, their powers strained to the limit. The sisters, overwhelmed by the Architect's power, fall one by one, their light extinguished by the encroaching darkness. They fight valiantly, but their combined efforts are not enough to overcome the Architect's overwhelming power. One by one, their bodies are consumed by the darkness, leaving only their spirits to fight. But the Architect's darkness is relentless, and the sisters begin to lose hope. The Architect's power is vast, and the sisters know that they cannot stand against it alone. Arat, her spirit tethered to the heart of the ocean, watches in horror as the Seven Sisters fall, their light extinguished by the Architect's relentless darkness. She yearns to join the fight, to protect her sisters from the encroaching darkness, but her spirit is trapped within the heart, unable to act. But even as the Architect's power grows, Ella remains a beacon of hope, her spirit a shining light against the encroaching darkness. Arat, her spirit reaching out to her sisters, seeks to guide them to safety, to rally them against the encroaching darkness. But the sisters are consumed by the Architect's power, their minds clouded by the darkness that threatens to consume them. Arat, desperate to save her sisters, calls upon the power of the heart of the ocean, seeking to break free from its confines, to fight alongside her sisters. But the heart of the ocean whispers a warning, a chilling truth that shatters her hope. Arat, her heart heavy with the weight of truth, is forced to face a devastating reality. The heart of the ocean reveals that one of the sisters, corrupted by the Architect's power, has become a traitor, an enemy who will fight against their own kin. Arat, faced with the betrayal of a loved one, is forced to confront a choice to fight against the corrupted sister, or to accept the darkness that threatens to consume her. The Shadow, consumed by his thirst for power, revels in the Architect's victory, his dominion expanding with each fallen sister. The Architect's power, fueled by the darkness he consumes, grows ever stronger. The Shadow, ever vigilant, waits for the opportune moment,